Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Let me get my spectacles on, guys. Let me wipe them off. Hey, Short Nice, Mike, Charlene. How's everyone doing? Is everyone staying warm? Hey, prayers for anyone that's in Texas or got family members in Texas. It is bad there. There's been people that's died, froze to death, and everything. Hey, Will, good morning. I'm so glad you put up that video yesterday morning about Lori Vallow and her attorney trying to postpone that date. Thank you for that. Oh my gosh. Mark Means is a complete idiot, y'all. From now on, we're going to call Lori No Phone Lori. I told y'all she wouldn't get no cell phone. Hey, that's common freaking sense, common knowledge. Let me get over to my live chat here. Kathy, good morning. Misty, good morning. How are y'all doing? Are y'all warm? Hey, guys, I would suggest, I keep repeating this, but I would suggest everybody getting some backup heat, even if you don't get a lot of cold weather, because you never know what will happen, right? You get like one of those little heater buddies. They're like 70, 80 bucks. They take this little small canister of propane. You can get them like 6 in a pack, I believe, at Walmart. And that little canister will run that heater for 5 to 6 hours, and it will warm up a room. Just say you put it in your bedroom, you got a pretty good sized bedroom, shut the door, it would keep you warm. I just wanted to share that. I've been saying that to everybody all over YouTube about the heater buddy. Because I've got these heaters that are digital. They're really expensive. They're like $400 to $500. They're digital and they don't run your electric bill up because I don't have a heat pump, right? But sometimes that's not enough. So I have these big propane tanks, like the propane tanks that would be on a gas grill. And they got this little heater that's connected to the top of it that I run for backup heat. But anyways, prayers for everybody in Texas. I use the heater buddy in my golf cart. Aren't they so nice? I love my heater buddy. We've had this one probably 8 or 9 years now. I've actually got 2 of them. Hey, Southern Mom, I hope you're warm. I hope you're safe, hun. Anyhow, let's talk about Lori Vallow for a minute before I get started on the other things. I have an appointment at 11 o'clock, a phone appointment with the nurse. It looks like I'm going to have to call her back. I didn't want to put off my live stream because of that. I'm trying to get into the doctor, y'all, because I'm about to stroke out from my blood pressure. I'm not joking. I knew I hadn't been feeling right. If y'all remember, I've been complaining about getting dizzy and short of breath, my heart beating fast and stuff. I've been having headaches, and my blood pressure is, well, the other day at the dentist, it was 153, the top number, and the bottom number was 109. And every time I go to the dentist, it is like that. And I was not a bit nervous. So anyways, y'all pray for me. I'm going to try to change my diet, cut down on my coffee intake, cut down on smoking to see if that helps. You better take care of yourselves. I know, Mike. Mike's on to me about my health. It is very important. Don't do it, CC. Strokes aren't so much fun as people make them seem. Oh, I know it. Hey, I'm worried about that. I told Mark this morning. I was like, hey, if something was to happen to me before I get some blood pressure medicine, you better take care of my dogs. I mean it. But anyhow, I'll be okay. I'm 41 years old. I should be all right. I have a house full. I'm the only one in the family with the generator. Thank God you got a generator, girl. Thank God. I've been wanting one myself. How you doing, Misty? Okay. So let me get started. So Lori Vallow Daybell, God, I hate calling her Daybell because that's what she wants to be called, will not be getting a cell phone in jail following a ruling by District Judge Stephen Boyce on Wednesday. The judge made the decision at the end of the morning Zoom hearing with Special Prosecutor Rob Wood, Chad Daybell's attorney, John Pryor, and Lori Vallow's attorney, Mark Means. The attorneys argued whether Lori should be given a cell phone to communicate privately with Means. Several disputes about discovery in the case were also discussed. In his ruling, Judge Boyce recognized the COVID-19 pandemic has made things more difficult for attorneys and clients to meet with each other, but emphasized that inmates still have the right to privileged attorney-client meetings. He said that he would allow Lori and Means to use the attorney-client room unless the room is not available. He denied Maine's request for Lori to have a cell phone or to turn the cameras off in the attorney-client room. That goes way outside the scope of what the jail policies would be, Judge Boyce said. An electronic telecommunication device is considered a major contraband item. Hey, what did he think? The judge could change the rules at the jail? He doesn't run that jail. There's people that run that. Those rules are in place for a damn reason. Who the hell they think they are? For real. Okay. Means requested a cell phone with restricted access and that jail video cameras be turned off during face-to-face meetings in January. In his motion, he said he was unable to meet face-to-face with Lori in an attorney-client room from March until June due to COVID-19 restrictions. He also said there had been an occasion where face-to-face meetings was accidentally recorded. In all reality, I shouldn't have to ask to meet with my client, Mark Means said Wednesday. In all reality, Mr. Means, you're going to have to follow the damn rules just like everybody else. Okay. Prosecutor Wood expressed opposition to the motion and said giving a cell phone to one inmate opens the door to every inmate asking for a phone. That's exactly what I said, too. Wednesday's hearing also touched on a dispute between Mark Means and Prosecutor Wood over the handling of evidence and information. Means filed documents in December 2020 demanding Wood reply to his specific discovery request. Means demanded Wood hand over information related to conversations with a lengthy list of individuals associated with the case. With time deadlines passed, Means filed a motion to compel in January, asking the judge to order Wood to fulfill the request. Wood submitted his document in opposition to Means' motion to compel. Wood called the request for text, emails, and other information concerning the conversation with witnesses unreasonable and oppressive. Means continued to be concerned with Wood's conversation with witnesses. Last month, Means and Pryor argued for Wood to be kicked off the case for allegations of prosecutorial misconduct regarding a discussion with friends and relatives of Lori. The judge denied that request and said Wood could keep prosecuting the Daybells. On Wednesday, Judge Boyce ruled Wood must provide a response if he has discussed the case with the people on the list. He also must give information on what was learned in individual interviews. The information must also be handed over within 14 days, Judge Boyce ruled. However, Wood is not required to respond to broad requests, such as any conversation had with a member of a particular group. The next Daybell hearing is scheduled for March 22nd. Crap, I gotta go to the dentist that night. The Daybells are charged with felonies related to the alteration, destruction, and concealment of the bodies of 7-year-old Joshua Vallow, known as JJ, and 16-year-old Tylee Ryan, two of Lori's children. Investigators found the remains buried in the backyard of Chad Dunbell's Salem home in June 2020. Hey, it's a crime shame. Good morning. So you know what? He just wasted, Mark Means wasted the court's time yesterday. I was sitting there recording that. I put it up on my channel. Actually, the end of the hearing, StreamYards messed the audio up and it was speeded up. But anyways, as I was sitting there watching that, I was watching the judge's face and I could tell he was annoyed. You can just tell by his eye movement what he's going to do. Hey, Cheryl T. I'm glad you made it this morning. Hope you're safe and warm. Let me get you a light slip. Hey, Faithful One. Get Faithful One a light slip. I'll excuse y'all today, okay? I'm just kidding. Oh, Melanie Christina, good morning. Good morning. It makes me sick too. I mean, what kind of idiot is he? I mean, for real. I knew it was a waste of time to ask for a cell phone because, then the other inmates would have to have one. Hey, there's other inmates that have to communicate with their attorneys the same way that Lori does. What makes her any more special? You know what I mean? Why would she get special treatment? Just because this has made headlines all over the world? He's a bad attorney. I'm glad she got him for an attorney, though. He's going to surely get her, well, she's already been cuffed, but stuffed in prison for a long time. Mark Means is doing a damn good job spending Lori Dunbell's money, filing all these motions. And he don't even remember his court dates. What kind of attorney files motions and then don't even remember it? I mean, crap. Don't he have a damn planner? Hell, even I got a planner and I'm not professional and I keep up with all these court dates like that. Yeah, Mike, she's been cuffed and stuff for a while. Probably by the time she goes to trial and stuff, she's not even going to look like herself. She's going to be having roots growed out if she's not a natural blonde. I don't know if she's natural blonde or not. It kind of looks like she is a darker color blonde and she lightens it the same way I do. My hair is my natural color is in this picture right here. Of course, I've lightened it since Christmas. Mark Means is a special kind of idiot. He is such a joke. You know what? And I was looking at him sitting in his office yesterday. Did y'all see those big deer horns behind him and that poor little duck he killed? Boy, it makes him a big man going around killing poor little ducks. No offense to anyone that likes to hunt. Just pisses me off because a lot of those rich people, they don't go hunt to eat the animal. They do it for sport, just to kill something. Just say they killed a deer. Just say they killed a wild duck. Dirty blonde. Yes, Will, dirty blonde. That's about my hair color. My son's hair is the same color. Daggone it, I wish I'd brought my hair clip in here. But anyhow, okay. Let's move on. So, Will, I do have a question for you that someone asked me in the chat yesterday before I move on. And someone was wondering if Mark Means took Lori's case pro bono or was he paid? Now, I said that I thought that he was paid. And some other people in the chat said they thought that Chad actually hired him for Lori. So if you know that answer, let me know. Hey, Sapphire. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you're warm. I don't even remember what my wife's hair color is. Hey, I've been coloring my own hair for years. The other day, I was worried. It got a little reddish, orangish on top. I don't know what caused that. I used the same color that I always use and stuff. I think it was the weather. Or maybe it was old. You are late, Alicia, but that's all right. Good morning. But get your late slip. We'll excuse you. Uh-oh. I'm just kidding. Anyone that's new, these late slips are a joke. These are my channel member emojis. When you become a channel member, you get special little stickers I upload as this. And we got some late slips. It was Cement Shoes' idea. It's just a joke. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Nicki Minaj. You know, her father was ran over Friday, February the 12th at around 6:15 p.m. in Long Island. Witnesses didn't get a good description of the vehicle, but they have arrested a 70-year-old man by the name of Charles Povich. He was driving a 1992 Volvo. He ran over Robert Minaj. He got out of the vehicle. He stood over Robert and said, "Are you okay?" Then he ran to his vehicle, got in it, drove home, put it in the garage, and put a tarp over it. Let me pull up his picture. Oh, crap. Oh, Lord, I about closed my StreamYards out. Oh, my goodness. I've got a slight headache. Let me find the Robert Minaj article. Here it is. One second, guys. Let me get the ads down. He's in a lot of trouble, this guy is. How could you hit someone or an animal and just walk off? For real. Let me look at the chat for a second because I think we'll respond. Nope, he was referred by Chad. That was in her phone call. They played in court. He asked her to hire him and she paid a retainer. Okay, so Mark Means is paid. Okay, thank you, Will. Okay. So here is the suspect, Charles Povich. I think that's how you pronounce it. A man was arrested on Wednesday in connection with last week's hit and run in New York that killed Nicki Minaj's father. Charles Povich, 70, was reportedly driving a 1992 Volvo on Friday when he hit Robert Minaj. You know something I've noticed? They have Nicki's father's name spelled different than her name. His name is spelled Marag. So I don't know if that's even Minaj. Anyways, so Robert was hit as he walked in a roadway near his Long Island home. Police wrote that Charles Povich exited his vehicle, stood over Robert, asked him if he was okay before fleeing in his car as Robert died on the street. Page 6 reported that investigators tracked down Povich using surveillance footage that showed his distinctive vehicle. However, sources told the news outlet that Povich had turned himself in. Charles Povich, who lives near where the fatal hit and run occurred, hid his car in his garage and covered it with the tarp, according to the Daily News. Police Detective Stephen Fitzpatrick said Povich likely would not be facing criminal charges had he stayed at the scene. It is unclear whether he was under the influence at the time of the deadly incident. Povich was charged with leaving the scene of an accident and tampering with evidence. TMZ reported that his bail was set at $250,000. Now, it doesn't say if he was bailed out or not. Of course, I'll keep following this and see what happens. Boy, he really messed up. Like, what kind of person runs over someone or even runs over an animal and just drives away? He just looked down at Robert as he lay there dying. "Are you okay?" And then fled. Hell no, he ain't okay. You just freaking ran him over. How in the hell would he be okay? You got to be heartless to do that. I mean, really, you do. All he was worried about was himself getting in trouble. He wasn't worried about the man that he hit and that was dying on the street. Not a bit. I don't feel a bit sorry for this elderly gentleman. Prayers for Nicki's family. Now let me look at my live chat here. Maggie J, welcome to Southern Royalty. Thank you. Hey, Nika. Good morning. Good morning. Alicia, I'm a hairdresser. There are all kinds of shimmer lights. L'Oreal has a good purple shampoo out Ricky also. Oh, Lisa, thank you. Thank you. Damn, girl, I wish you lived near me. I'd be getting you to come over and do my hair. Yeah, welcome to the channel, Maggie. And speaking of channel members, I'm going to do a shout out video, but I'm going to do it on my channel members live stream, probably Saturday night. We'll have some fun, play games. Hey, never lose hope. Morning. Anyways, I don't know a lot about Nicki Minaj, or we would sit here and talk more about her. I said this the other day, like, I don't even know, but probably one of her songs, and I think it's the Anaconda song. I'm not even sure if she sings that. I do know she has, like, she's a little aggressive. Her and Cardi B, they're rivals. I think they tried to get into it. I think Cardi B tried to get into it with Beyonce, too. Anyways, prayers for Nicki's family. Now, there's a case out of Virginia. Well, let me save that for last. I want to talk about this other weirdo first. I just need to find the article. There's a guy in Missouri. Who left his disabled girlfriend in a bathtub full of feces and urine. She has, what is that called? Multiple sclerosis. He locked his 5-year-old twin daughters into closets. They had to claw their way out of the closet. They were malnourished. They were abused physically and sexually. This man was reported to CPS several times last year. Now, he was ordered not to be around these kids, but he was around them anyways. I'm going to read this to y'all. This is heartbreaking. He looks like a weirdo. I mean, just look at him. He looks like he's methed up, honey. Dad leaves disabled girlfriend in bathtub as 5-year-old malnourished twin daughters claw their way out of closets. Before I get started, one of the little girls, she had clawed so much trying to get out of that wooden closet. She had splinters in her feet and hands. Her hair was falling out. One of them only weighed 33 pounds. 5 years old. Okay. A Missouri man is facing criminal charges after authorities reportedly found his disabled girlfriend in a bathtub and their 5-year-old twin girls malnourished and living in substandard conditions. Central Jackson County Fire Protection District personnel contacted police on February 12th after responding to a lift assist call at an apartment that reportedly reeked of urine, feces, and rotting flesh. Crews discovered a 27-year-old woman in a bathtub containing 6 inches of urine and feces. Jesus. Authorities allege the woman was covered in severe, potential life-threatening pressure sores, one of which was the size of a basketball. The woman's boyfriend, Brian Snow, age 30, allegedly told police his girlfriend has multiple sclerosis and that she was put in the bathtub 2 or 3 days prior. Snow claimed a friend should have been checking on her. Snow stated he was working in Kansas City at the time and had checked on his girlfriend on the 3rd day. Officers discovered the couple's 5-year-old twin daughters in a bedroom at the apartment. Police noticed signs of neglect and malnourishment, with one of the girls weighing 33.5 pounds and suffering hair loss. WDAF said malnutrition caused the hair loss. The Examiner reported that the 5-year-old experiencing hair loss also had patterned burn marks on the insides of her thighs. One of the girls, who had multiple splinters in her hands and feet, told police her father had locked her in the closet and she clawed her way out. Excuse me. Snow was also accused of tying his daughters with a rope and choking them. WDAF reported that the girls also recounted possible instances of sexual abuse. According to the Examiner, a doctor specializing in forensic child abuse cases said Snow disproportionately abused one of the twins. A child services employee discovered that the father had one of his daughters watch as he carried out the abuse on the other. Both parents are accused of choking the girls. Authorities also alleged the 5-year-olds were not potty trained and they were punished when they had an accident. Bless their hearts. Police who executed a search warrant at the apartment allegedly recovered the girls' dirty clothing in a bedroom closet. WDAF reported that officers also observed feces on the wall in addition to scratch marks on the doors. 4 calls were reportedly made last year regarding abuse and neglect involving Snow and his 5-year-old twin daughters. Further, Snow was barred from having any contact with the girls per an ongoing agreement with the Children's Division. Snow was charged with endangering the welfare of a child by creating a substantial risk and second-degree domestic abuse. He remains jailed as prosecutors request a $65,000 bond. Now, I want to know who called 911. It don't say. I got a suspicion that that one little girl that clawed her way out of the closet may have called 911. Maybe her mother got her to call 911. They said that the mother was accused of choking the little girls too. And I'm just wondering if Brian Snow's girlfriend, the one that was found in the bathtub, is these girls' mother. It didn't say. It didn't make that clear, so I don't know. I'm definitely going to follow this, and I will keep you guys updated when I get more details. Sick son of a bitch. I can't even look at his face. How in the world did he think that woman was going to get out of that bathtub? Well, he didn't care because he'd been abusing these girls for a long time. So if he was ordered not to be around those children, why the hell was he living in that home with them? For real. He looks like he does. He looks like a complete freaking weirdo. Complete weirdo. And he tried to blame someone else. He said he put the girlfriend in the bathtub and a friend was supposed to come and check on her. Hey, you don't put a disabled person in a bathtub and leave. You don't put children in closets. You don't abuse children. He was sexually abusing them too, torturing them. Exactly what he was doing. One little girl had burns. He'd been burning her with something on the inside of her thighs, losing her hair. Now, it just said that one kid was in the closet. Where's the other kid? So I got a lot of questions, so I'm going to have to follow this and get more details as they come out. Pieces of crap. Hey, if you see something, you say something. Let me put my other banner up here. Child abuse numbers, suicide prevention numbers. Okay. If you suspect someone is being abused, a kid being abused, or even an elderly person or a disabled person, if you see something, say something. Pick up the phone, make an anonymous report. You could save someone's life. You could save a kid from being tortured, abused for years, and eventually murdered. Those kids will be traumatized for life because of him. They didn't potty train them. 5 years old, not potty trained. And when they had an accident, they would be beat for it. Beat for something that wasn't even their fault. Was their sorry-ass parents' fault. And I'm sorry that that lady has multiple sclerosis and she was left in those horrible conditions. But she should have spoke up and got a phone and called somebody. That's just my opinion. This has been going on for a long time. Let me see. Someone says, I'm not sure if I'm in the right chat. HTB, anyone? What chat are you looking for? This is a crime chat. But welcome, Automobile. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're safe and warm. Oh, hey, Alyssa. How are you doing this morning? Okay. Anyways, we'll follow this. Prayers for those girls. I'm sure they're in foster care, and hopefully they were put with a very, very good family and understanding people. Got a lot of patience and stuff because these girls really need to be loved. They need to be in a home with someone that will care for them properly and, it's got patience because it's going to take someone with a lot of patience. These girls are not even potty trained. They're probably at the hospital right now because they were malnourished and stuff. So they probably were hospitalized. It didn't say. Okay. I see something about that Gorilla Glue girl. Tessa Brown says GoFundMe froze funds after she decided to donate the money to charity. Oh, we'll look at that in a minute. What else did I have lined up here? Oh, yeah, there is a case I have been following for a long time, or I read about it a long time ago. It happened January 26, 2011. A teacher, a beloved teacher, was found stabbed to death 20 times. And authorities say that she committed suicide. She stabbed herself 20 times now, y'all. But experts say that it's impossible that she committed suicide. Let me find this. Her name was Ellen Greenberg. Her fiance, Sam Goldberg, is a TV producer. Let me get over to it. I'm just going to read it to you so I don't confuse y'all because I get bamboozled sometimes. Okay, here it is. Let me get the ads down. Damn Crime Online and their ads. I know they got to pay their writers and stuff, but Jesus, they go freaking overboard. There's 20 ads on each article or more. There's no way this woman killed herself. She had a butcher knife in her chest. She was stabbed in the scalp. She was stabbed 20 times, probably in the stomach. There's no way she killed herself. Okay, officials claim beloved teacher found stabbed 20 times took her own life. Experts say suicide's impossible. I agree with them. This happened in Pennsylvania. The injuries that a Pennsylvania teacher endured during a brutal stabbing suggest that someone may have killed her despite the official suicide ruling. An expert private investigator said that authorities missed key points during the initial investigation of the young woman's death that may have changed the outcome of the case. Ellen Greenberg, a first grade teacher at Juniata, I think it says that, Park Academy, was found stabbed to death in her Manayunk apartment on January 26, 2011. She left work early that day due to a blizzard and stayed inside her apartment at the Venus Lofts, which she shared with her fiance, television producer Sam Goldberg. Authorities found Ellen deceased in her kitchen with a knife rammed 4 inches into her chest. A total of 20 stab wounds were found on Ellen's body. 10 of the stab wounds were to the back of her neck. 1 stab wound was to the back of her scalp. Another wound was on her stomach, and 8 wounds were found on her chest. Sam Goldberg told investigators that he left for the gym while Ellen was chopping up fruit in the kitchen. He returned home to find he was locked out with the swing lock attached on the inside side of the front door, according to what he told authorities. That's what he says. I don't believe that. There's no way that woman stabbed herself all those times in all those different places. If she wanted to commit suicide, why didn't she just slice her wrist? That don't make sense. Okay. Goldberg said he was only gone around 45 minutes before returning to their 6th floor apartment. He said he called and texted Ellen numerous times, but when he couldn't get an answer and couldn't get help from the apartment management, he broke the lock and walked inside. Inside the apartment, Ellen was found slumped over in the kitchen, with some of her upper body, shoulders, resting against the lower half of the white kitchen cabinets. She's a beautiful young lady. With no defense wounds, no forced entry into the apartment, and no evidence of any struggles, police said Ellen committed suicide. A medical examiner determined that Ellen's death was a homicide, but later changed the official cause to suicide after conversing with investigators. Ellen's family thinks she met her demise due to foul play. They hired an expert private investigator who said that there were several areas at the scene that were not investigated thoroughly by police. There are stairs that lead down to the sixth floor. Tom Brennan, a private investigator for the Greenberg family, told Nancy Grace. There were entryways at the time that could be accessed, and the individual or individuals could avoid being detected with security cameras. Tom Brennan added that at the time of the initial investigation, authorities did not collect the trash at the apartment. The dumpster was not searched, and no one checked to see if anyone took a recent shower. Goldberg's car was also not searched, according to Brennan. It would be easy, given the circumstance that I'm hearing, for a perp to murder Ellen, take a shower, to leave the apartment, to go down the emergency stairwell, to dump bloody clothing in a dumpster or in a car truck, Nancy Grace said. However, it says, after checking security footage, investigators determined that Sam Goldberg's version of events matched the footage. However, Brennan said that there was a screw missing from the swing lock that was never recovered, and there were no broken particles found. If someone broke the lock, Brennan said, broken pieces of wood from the door and the screw should have been found at the scene. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the wood around the door should have been broken. I mean, it would have looked all jacked up. Seems like to me someone took a screwdriver and unscrewed that latch. Okay. Meanwhile, the Greenbergs continue to fight for their daughter's case to be reopened and classified as a homicide. In October 2019, they filed a civil suit against the Philadelphia Medical Examiner's Office, along with Dr. Marlon Osborne, who performed the initial autopsy. Seems like to me this medical examiner let the police talk him into changing the cause of death from homicide to suicide. Why? Because this Goldberg guy is a TV producer? Something's up with this case. I'm suspicious of that Sam Goldberg. Okay, so the Greenbergs have also obtained forensic scientists, such as the renowned Dr. Henry Lee, to look at the case. Oh, I love Dr. Henry Lee. Dr. Lee concluded that the number and types of wounds and bloodstain patterns observed are consistent with a homicide scene. Well, it don't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. These police really dropped the ball on this. Why? Why did they hurry through this case and just say that she committed suicide and she was butchered? She was butchered. I mean, she was stabbed 20 times. Okay. To learn more about Ellen's case, visit the Justice for Ellen Facebook page. Definitely needs to be some justice for Ellen. Ellen did not stab herself in the scalp, in the back of the neck, in her stomach, and she damn sure didn't jab a knife into her chest 4 inches. I don't believe it. If you wanted to commit suicide, why would you torture yourself like that? Keep on stabbing yourself. I do not believe that. That don't even make no damn sense. Like I said, if she wanted to commit suicide, she could have slit her wrist. She could have hung herself. Something's not up with that. And the latch on the door, Sam Goldberg says that was latched and he had to bust through the door because he was locked out. That's bullcrap. The wood around the door would have been messed up. The latch would have been all jacked up. And there definitely wouldn't have been any screws missing. Nothing was wrong with the door. Someone must have took the screws out of that latch on the door. and they were too stupid to drop it on the floor. It was probably in his pocket. They never checked this guy's car or anything. Why not? He was never a suspect or anything. They just automatically said she committed suicide. I don't believe it. Something's fishy. I'm not going to accuse this fiance, but I'm suspicious of him. Like he was only going, 45 minutes to the gym? I'm just wondering if anyone could have got up to her apartment through that stairwell without being on security. I'll tell you what I think. I think she's dead before he left that apartment. It's just a hunch. Most of the time, when these women are found dead like that, this is by someone they know, someone they're in a relationship with or were in a relationship with. For real. Okay, I need to look at the chat here. Are they too lazy to investigate? Hey, something is bad wrong with these police. And you know what? That medical examiner, if he changed his ruling to suicide just because the police wanted him to, he needs to be cuffed and stuffed and fired. For real. I mean, I'm not an expert. Hell, I don't have college education. But I know this woman did not commit suicide and stab herself 20 times. Let me go back over this. I want to just look at the stab wounds. A total of 20 wounds were found on Ellen's body. 10 of the stab wounds were to the back of her neck. One stab wound was to her scalp. Another wound was on her stomach. 8 wounds were found on her chest. There's just no way someone's going to commit suicide that way. There's easier ways to do it without torturing yourself, butchering yourself up. And by the way, if anyone is, struggling, mentally, I have the suicide prevention hotline number up on my banner running across my screen. It is confidential. You don't have to give your name, but if you're just needing someone to talk with, struggling, call that number. Or you can always reach out to me. I don't care a bit to talk with someone. They're struggling, of course. Oh, crap. I put the wrong emoji in. The suicide prevention ribbon up. Okay. How can you stab yourself? I thought that was hard to do. Alone 20 times. Yeah, exactly, short and nice. And she had a stab wound to her scalp and her neck. Why would she stab herself in the scalp and neck if she wanted to commit suicide? I mean, I have thought about this. This is a possibility. Could she have stabbed herself to try to set him up, to make him look like he murdered her? Anything's possible, but I don't think that happened at all. I think Mr. Sam Goldberg knows exactly what happened to Ellen Greenberg. That's what I think. I think this wasn't investigated because he's some kind of big TV producer. Let me pull his name up. Let's see what he's all about. Oh, crap. I missed my doctor's appointment phone call. I'll have to call him back. Okay, let's see. Samuel R. Goldberg. Producer, actor. Well, let's pull his picture up here for everybody. I need to see what this guy looks like. Maybe I should put TV producer. Something's not right. I don't blame her family for suing them. Okay, let me find some images of him. Oh, yeah, I found a picture of them. Okay, let me screen share it. I guess this is him. It's Ellen for sure. That is Ellen, I know for sure. Okay. Let me Let's go back here. Okay, so I don't know if that's him. That is Ellen in the picture. When you pull up Sam Goldberg, this is the picture that pops up. Um, and it tells you that he is an actor and a TV producer. Now, this guy in the other picture, that must be Ellen's brother. That's what he looks like. Let's see what else we can find. Here's another picture of him. Okay, let me see if I can actually find them together. Uh-oh. Misspelled the name. It's still showing that one picture of her with that one guy. Let me go to that article. Okay, I found something else. Let's look at this. This looks like a blog. Okay, here we go. Amateur sleuth. See, there's that picture. Oh gosh, there's the knife, guys. Oh, look at her with her little dog. Bless her heart. The mysterious death of Ellen Greenberg. Okay, it just goes through over what I just read to y'all about, Sam left and went to the gym and she was in the kitchen and then he comes back and finds her dead. Can't get in the door, has to bust through it. It says, as you can probably imagine, suicide by stabbing yourself is not exactly a common method, although it happens. There are several details that explain why the police reached this conclusion after conducting their investigation. First of all, the apartment had been locked with a bolt, and there was no sign of an intruder going in. Even the snow in the balcony was undisturbed. The neighbors hadn't heard any commotion, and Ellen had no defensive wounds. Most of the stabs she sustained were shallow cuts, as if she had been practicing or hesitating before dealing the proper blow. Also, friends and family said that in the 2 months leading to her death, Ellen had showed a marked change in her usually bubbly personality, and a therapist that saw her at the time concluded she was suffering from severe anxiety and prescribed her Klonopin and Ambien. Both drugs were found in her system when she died. Well, I mean, they should be in her system if the doctor prescribed them. Klonopin is a nerve pill. Ambien is a sleeping pill. Klonopin's kind of like a Xanax. Okay, but what about those bruises found on her body? Could she have been the victim of domestic or other form of abuse? Some people seem to think so, especially because shortly before her death, Ellen had asked her parents to move back home with them, although she denied it had anything to do with her fiance. To her therapist, she also denied there were any problems in the couple, and police weren't able to find anyone who would say different. I just want to say something. Just because someone might have a little depression and stuff, don't mean they're just going to go off and stab themselves 20 damn times. Okay. Still, Ellen's parents, Joshua and Sandra Greenberg, weren't satisfied with the suicide theory and hired their own experts to investigate. One of them was forensic pathologist Cyril Wetch, who in a 2012 report said that her manner of death was strongly suspicious of homicide. Among his reasoning, he said that the suicidal stab wounds can rarely be multiple, and they are usually found in the stomach and the sides, not on the neck. He also noted that no suicide note or message of any form had been left behind. Oh, yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. There was no suicide note. The They also contacted Tom Brennan, a retired police detective, that also agreed Ellen's death couldn't be a suicide. What baffled him the most was that when Ellen was found, she had a horizontal stream of blood on her cheek, who seemed to deny the police's theory that Ellen had stabbed herself in the chest while standing and then slid to the floor. The stream suggested that Ellen had been lying on her back at some point and then had been propped up against the kitchen counter. Um, Although 8 years have passed, the Greenbergs haven't given up on their quest to find the truth about what happened to their daughter. In October 2019, they sued Dr. Marlon Osborne, the medical examiner who initially ruled her death as a homicide only to change it to suicide in an effort to make him re examine the evidence and change the manner of death. Well, they've got Dr. Henry Lee looking at this, and Dr. Henry Lee, he has been involved in a lot of cases, and he is a very smart man. I love Dr. Henry Lee. I think he was wrong one time about something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but hey, he's only human. He's very intelligent. I've learned a lot about blood spatter and stuff just listening to him. Okay. I hear my dog opening at my door. Let me mute just one sec. Hey, Bubba. Okay, let me look at the chat here. His story makes zero sense. Stabbing herself 20 times makes zero sense. Yeah, and why are they saying this is a suicide? Just because she might have been down in the dumps a little bit and went and seen a therapist and was taking some Klonopin and Ambien? Yeah, there's a lot of people that take that, you know? That don't mean she committed suicide. I hate how they threw that in there like that. Here's what I think. The cops don't even know if that door was locked because this Sam Goldberg is the one that allegedly busted open the door. So, I mean, the cops got there after that. They didn't actually see that door actually being locked. You know what I mean? And he claims he had to bust through that door. So, why was the wood around the door frame not broken? Where was the screw to the latch? How come the latch wasn't bent up? How come she didn't leave a suicide note? It don't make sense. And if there was like an intruder that came in, they only had like 45 minutes like to kill her and get out and all that before Sam came back home. Something's not right with this. I think they didn't investigate this guy because he's an uppity up guy. He's well known. He's a TV producer. That's what I think. The police department seems a little shady to me, and that medical examiner. The medical examiner ruled that as a suicide. Then, after conversing with the police, uh, changed it. Well, he ruled it as a homicide. Excuse me. And then, after talking to police, he went back and changed it to a suicide. Why? Why would he do that for? I mean, he's the medical expert. He's the one that examines bodies. Why would he conclude that it was a homicide then just to change it to suicide? Because the police asked him to. They convinced him to. That's why. That's my opinion. Very suspicious of Sam Goldberg. I hope they figure out what happened to Ellen. Because I really don't believe that she committed suicide. Just don't make sense. Why would you torture yourself like that when you could do it quick and easy? For real. That don't make sense. Okay, what else were we going to talk about this morning? I had a bunch of stuff here. Let me get my notes organized. Oh, yeah. There was a girl from Virginia, my state, that was missing for 7 years. She disappeared August 3rd, 2013. Now, they did arrest someone and charge them with her murder, and they were convicted. Randy Allen Taylor, 55, he was found guilty of her abduction and murder. Well, they just recently found her body. She's been missing, what, 7, 8 years? And they just now found her body. Let me pull this up here. I didn't know about this case. This happened in Livingston, Virginia. See, I've never heard of that. There's a lot of towns in Virginia, though. Let me pull her picture up. She was a pretty girl. She was only 17 years old. She was last seen at a gas station, I believe. Let me screen share. Okay. Remains of Nelson County teen Alexis Murphy found 7 years after her murder. Authorities have now closed the case. She's a pretty young girl. Authorities have found the remains of Alexis Murphy, a Nelson County teenager who was murdered in 2013. Alexis was 17 years old when she was last seen in August 2013 at a gas station in Livingston. An investigator said her body had gone undiscovered until December 3rd, 2020. Since 2013, authorities said searches have continued for her body, with the search area increasing over time. Her remains were found on a private property near Stagebridge Road along Route 29 in Livingston, according to the Nelson County Sheriff's Office. And there's a map, it shows Livingston. The remains were taken to the Central District Office of the Chief Medical Examiner in Richmond for identification. An investigator said her remains were identified on February 5th. Authorities said they worked with Alexis' family on when to tell the public about the discovery of her body to allow them time to grieve and make proper arrangements. All the searches have continued throughout the 7 years. It's been continuous, said Hill. There's always information that comes in from time to time. Some of those leads have been fruitful, but it's just branched out and continued to go further and further north. Hill didn't go into detail about the latest development or why it took so long to find Alexis, and told 10 News that investigators told 10 News that investigations like this involve many different factors and other components to analyze. And here is Randy Taylor, the weirdo that killed this beautiful young girl. God, he looks like he's freaking methed out or something. Randy Taylor, 55, is serving 2 life sentences for Alexis Murphy's murder. Taylor has maintained his innocence and filed for an appeal in 2015, which was denied. While her body was not found at the time of sentencing, investigators found enough evidence to charge him with abduction and murder. Authorities said due to the discovery of Alexis' body, successful prosecution, and a thorough investigation, this case is no longer active. I am so glad that her family got to give her a proper burial. Prayers for Alexis' family. I can't imagine my son being gone and not knowing where he was at, or having my son murdered by someone and not being able to retrieve his body and give him a proper burial. That is so heartbreaking. So I reckon she was at a gas station and he must have took her some way. I don't know if he took her by gunpoint or what actually happened, because he has always denied being involved with her abduction and murder. He is a weirdo, Melanie. He is a complete freaking weirdo. I'm glad he's been cuffed and stuff for the rest of his life. I wonder how many other girls he abducted and done things to. There might be some survivors. You never know. He might have done this before to someone. Usually, these weirdos just don't start abducting and raping and killing women at the age of 55. they've probably done it in the past, molested little children and got by with it or something. Oh, I can't imagine either, short night. I always talk to my son about strangers. Um, my son is 14. He knows I do true crime, and he knows how these weirdos can be. He knows how they try to trick kids because I talk to him about things like that. You know, I test him sometimes. Hey, what would you do if some weirdo on the internet say, "Hey, meet me after school in the school parking lot, and I'll give you a a game, or I'll give you some V-Bucks or something like that, a PlayStation card." He's like, "I wouldn't fall for it, Mom. I'm smarter than that." So, hope he sticks with that. Hey, Shay Shay, how are you? Yeah, like that movie, Lovely Bones. Yeah, when they are random abductions like this, I always think there were others too. Yeah. Yeah, see, he may have abducted someone and killed them, and nobody knows about it. He could have picked up someone without family, um, a sex worker, a prostitute or something. Who knows? I just don't think that Alexis was his first victim. Hell no. He's done this before. I'm good, Shay Shay. I got high blood pressure, but other than that, I'm good, hun. Oh, you changed your name to Shay. I'm still calling you Shay Shay. Oh, I just missed my doctor's appointment call. I made an appointment yesterday, and they told me that I had to speak with a nurse today. She needs some information from me so she can know what kind of blood work to order up, I guess. So I'm going to have to get off here in a minute and call her back. I should have told him yesterday, hey, I can't do that 11. I got something to do. Auto Mobile, thanks for joining the chat. Welcome. We're all friendly here. No, Sissy, I'm sorry. You can call me Shay Shay. Well, I don't know what's going on with my blood pressure, guys. I really don't. I don't know if it's stress or what. There's been a lot going on the YouTube streets, on the channels that I watch with this St. Jude scandal. And I'm going to tell you what, even though I don't comment and voice my opinion a lot, it has really affected me, guys. It really has. I had high blood pressure for that, though. So, but anyways, I'm going to have to take a step back from watching that and just listening to it. I'm going to have to quit it and just work on my diamond painting. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell y'all. Shout out to Sapphire. She sent me a diamond painting and a light board from Amazon. I got it yesterday. I got a diamond painting. It's a rooster. And I started on it last night and I love it. It is so relaxing. So I'm going to be working on that in the evenings and maybe watching some videos on it and watching my pet videos. Thank you, Short Nice. I was hoping that they would just say, "Hey, we'll just come on in and we'll give you some blood pressure medicine." But they didn't say it. She did tell me. I was like, my blood pressure was 153. The top number, the bottom was 109. I said, "I think I need to see a doctor." She said, "You definitely need to see a doctor." Yeah, it's been like that several different times, high like that. So I got to get something done. I got to quit smoking. I got to quit drinking so much coffee. I need to lose weight. I'm not a real big girl. Of course, I'm curvy. I got a big butt, but as far as like having a big gut and big leg, no. But I still need to lose probably about 10 or 15 pounds because I am short. I'm short. Oh, I can't wait to do it either. And then the next one I want to do is Van Gogh's A Starry Night painting. Oh gosh, I love that painting. Yeah. Yeah, Mark didn't know if I would like it or not because it does take patience, but I love it. He loves it. I think he might get him a Harley Davidson one and do it. But if you're going to do diamond painting, I see why it's necessary to have a light board. You can see so much better. Hee hee, I wish I had a shape to my flat butt. Hey, girl, I've always had curves, big boobs, and a big butt. I wish I could take the butt down a little bit in the boobs. Oh my goodness. I'm a Delphi murder crime junkie. You know what? I know a little bit about that case, but I don't know a whole lot, and I'd love to have someone like you up on my panel telling us all about it, for real. If you're ever interested, let me know. I'd love to discuss that case with someone that actually knows all the details, all the ins and outs of it, so I could ask some questions. Shay Shay. The bottom number being the eyes dangerous, CC. Please get that taken care of, sweetie. Yeah, see, I didn't know it was that dangerous until I got home, and I was like, I'm going to look this up because every time they take my blood pressure, it's high like this. And I know it's not from being nervous because the last time they took it, they was just doing a reline and my blood pressure was high. This time when I went in, they was just doing another reline. My blood pressure was sky high. So yeah, I got to get that taken care of because I want to be around to see my son graduate high school and take care of him and my animals. Really creepy case to have the killer running around out there like that. You know, some people was trying to say Barry Morphew was the Delphi murderer. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Is it Delphi or Delphi? I have no clue. I'm going to look that up though. Yes, let's do a Delphi stream. I'll have to educate myself on it. I mean, I know the basics of it. But I'll have to refresh my brain and read up about it, and we'll do a stream. Tomorrow, I'm thinking about doing an Evelyn Boswell stream because today marks the 1-year anniversary of her being reported missing. Tommy Boswell reported her missing February 18th, 2020. The Amber Alert went out February 19th, 2020. So if I don't do Evelyn Boswell on my live stream, I am going to put up a video about her. I don't know which one I'm going to do. So many theories on the killer. Delphi, thank you. Thank you. I never knew if I was saying that right. Sometimes I need help with pronunciation. I've been watching the Memphis 3. How sad, 3 little boys. You know something? I've been wanting to do the Skelton, I think that's how you say it, Skelton Brothers case. I've been wanting to do that. I'm wanting to do a lot of cases. I'm going to be collabing with Mike Mick from the chat again on the John Benet Ramsey case. We're going to talk about all the suspects in the case, you know, the men that came forward and done the false confessions. We're going to do that. I don't know when, just whenever Mike's ready to do it, we'll do it. The children's cases get to me too, Shay Shay. Hold on one second, guys. Let me let Smokey out the bedroom. Bubba. I'm coming, Skylar Rain. Oh, my beagle's wanting me off of the string, guys. Oh, I can't wait too, Mike. Whenever you're ready, let me know. I didn't know if you'd be ready by Saturday, so I didn't plan on doing it. But if you think you will be, we can set it up and do it. But if not, we'll wait, and I'll just do my members stream on Saturday night. Play some games, whatever you want to do. Okay. And with the member streams, if you are a mod for me, you do not have to be a channel member to get into the stream. And also, all my Patreons are invited to the member streams. I just have to give them a wrench so that they can get in. Speaking of that, let me make a note. I need to give Morgan a wrench so she can get into the member streams. That's the cool thing about being a mod. You don't got to be a channel member to get into the member streams. Unless I fix the member streams to be where only members can view them. I usually try to just fix the chat members only, and then, if anybody else is watching, they can watch. That didn't even make no sense. Y'all know what I mean. God bless Evelyn Boswell. She's dancing with that case bothered me so bad. It still bothers me to this day. I would love a Delphi stream. I live an hour away From where? Oh, really? Well, let's plan on doing that then. Okay, we'll do that. Mike and I will still do the Ramsey case, but I'll be educating myself on the Delphi case too, and we will plan on doing that like maybe on a Saturday night. I think Saturday night be a good time to do it. One Saturday night. We'll do it in a couple of weeks. All these cases bother. I know it. I think they get me stressed out too. Mark's always telling me, "It's that YouTube. It's stressing you out." And I always say, "No, no, it's not. I don't. You don't stress me out, but it does. The kids' cases stress me out." Just wanted to say thank you for always making my morning something to look forward to. Says, "Oh, Cheryl, thank you so. I just love you, Cheryl. You keep me on track, girl. You have to bring me back down to reality sometimes on these true crime cases." I just love you. I always look for you in the chat, and sometimes I'm thinking, "Damn, where's Cheryl T at?" I'm needing her. Top 2 YouTubers. True Crime Investigates Gray Hughes. Yes, I know who Gray Hughes is. There is another guy that does the Delphi case. He's kind of got long hair, and I think his name is Michael. He's older than me, I guarantee. He's probably 50. Is it Michael Cat? I can't remember his name, but I used to watch him. But we will definitely do it. Oh, we can do a craft night. We can do a craft night. Never Lose Hope is going to get her a diamond plate and sapphire. And we can all meet up and do a craft night. Well, guys, I'm going to get off here because my dogs are summoning me. I hope y'all have a great day. Be safe, be kind, in peace, and thank you for your support. All of you are awesome. I love you guys, and I appreciate you so much. I really do. Thank you for always coming in and showing support or watching the replay. You guys rock. Anyways, bye, guys. See you tomorrow.